Welcome back to FNFBARTALK, everybody. Me and Negative Rob have another drink review. It is the Mad Dog 2020 Spiked. So this is like the OG, I would say.
Yeah, 20%.
20%.
So higher than the ones we did before, and the hardest one to find, apparently.
It is.
So, and this one is the red grape.
Yeah.
So traditionally like the other red grape, but stronger, because the other ones were 13. This one's a 20. About as close as we're going to get to old G Mad Dog if we didn't have a time machine.
Yeah, so back in the day, that was the whole premise. 2020 was 20% alcohol, 20 ounces. So the alcohol's there, the flavor's there. So now we get to see if it reminds of us of back in the day we had it.
That's going to be something if it is. So 20 ounce. Doesn't say what this is.
750 milliliter.
Okay.
So this was very hard to find, actually. If you watched the other video, it's playing right there, actually. They're all easy to find. This was the one that was super hard to find. I don't know why, but ended up finding it and figured we do a review on it because they were all pretty good for the most part. I want to see how the original one kind of like will take over, if it's going to be like it was back in the day, because a lot of people commented on that video, TikTok stuff I've put out, where they're like, oh, hell no, I'm never doing that again, blah, blah, blah. So will this one kind of make more sense of what they're saying then? You know what I mean?
Well, they're also probably going off the original memories of drinking that stuff. So, and it's actually pretty fun. We're looking at some of the videos because some people are only, I wouldn't say a majority, but there's a good chunk of people that are only going back, say, 10 or maybe 15 years tops on that. They're late to the game. Then there's others that have been, we're talking 20 plus that are like new. And I think there was maybe a couple that were probably longer than that. So, you got all the kind of generations in there with their talks on this stuff. So,
yeah, some people were from the 70s talking about this.
I mean, they could have tasted 80s. Could have tasted different in the 70s and 80s than it did when we did it in the 90s. But
that's true.
So
yeah, because we had it late 90s, mid-late 90s. So, yeah.
So I guess we'll see whether it is as good as what we did on the other one, or whether it's going to take us way back to the 90s where we're like cringe,
where
we're just like, yeah, we're going to drink this because we're going to get messed up.
Ooh, smells like that back in the day smell.
Yes. Yes.
Has that cheap wine, cheap section of the liquor stores you go into, and they had that cheap cooler.
Yeah,
that's where that would have been hiding.
You pretty much smell it because God only knows how many of these bottles probably got dropped and broken. So that smell was just like in the tile, and because you get that dirty mop that just comes in there and sweeps it up. And so you smell this all the time in that liquor store. Definitely gives you a twinge.
Alrighty, cheers, folks. Oh, that's actually really good still. It's really good. It's like grape juice.
Yeah. I can't remember.
You can definitely tell it has more alcohol, though, than the other ones do.
Gives you a little bit of that throat tickle. But, yeah, I mean, it's still smooth. It's not harsh.
I like it.
Yeah, it'll definitely get you messed up.
I like it.
So
I was kind of going to this not really knowing how I'd feel like it was going to be this, like, have that nasty malt taste, although it's not even malt. But
yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't have this when we were doing the collage of the other ones to compare it to the actual red grape. that we had on there. But
we can always do that, though, because I bought a few of these. So we could
just to see, what the difference between the 13 and the 20%.
Yeah, just do a little side-by-side with them. And
otherwise, I mean, it's, like I said, it's smooth. It's got a little bit of that throat twinge, but not really nostalgia for the 90s. I'm like, But then again, I was more of a banana red.
Twinge.
I
like it.
Yeah, I'm going to sit back, relax, go down memory lane, grab yourself a bottle.
I said it is funny because did a TikTok post with all the other ones, and there's a lot of mixed comments from people. Some people were all for it. Some people were like, absolutely not. That's the devil. Get it away from me. It's fun, though. Doing these old nostalgic reviews are fun. Because I'll be honest, I don't remember this tasting that good back in the day either.
No.
It tastes, to me, it had a worse taste to it.
But then again, I mean, when we drank it, it was fresh from the cooler, from the liquor store. But if we were also buying other stuff, depends on when we got to it. So by the time we got to it, it may not have been cold. It could have been room temperature, and we were still chugging it. There's a lot of variables back in the day. Because back in the day, it's like, you drank it to drink it. So, I mean, if you bought a whole bunch of them, and this just happened to be like second or third in line, you may not have got it nice and cold where it tastes pretty good.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, the comments are definitely fun to kind of peruse over because everyone's got their different takes. And I mean, some are living straight off the memories. Some are actually more frequent. Like I said, there's some people that have gone back about 10, 15 years. I don't know which ones they've had. I don't know the conditions when they had it. With that's all part of the memories. For me, sharing this bottle of this with Mr. Boston, you chug that down, then you come with that, different tastes. But yeah, I mean, by all means, throw the comments in there. Love to see if anyone's had this particular one or any good stories that you've had with Mad Dog. Throw them in there. They're entertaining.
I would say, because a lot of people do comment and they're talking about they don't really care about the flavor too much. And they'll talk about, will get you messed up. Absolutely. I would say for the cheapo meter, for how cheap this is to how much of a buzz you'll get, I would say this would be pretty high on the scale. I think you drink this whole bottle pretty quick, you're going to be feeling it. So if you definitely are looking something for a budget buzz, I guess you could say, there you go right there. I don't even know what do I pay for these because our tax here is pretty expensive. So, but I think 3 of these when I bought them was around $13. So it's not bad. Average that out to be about, about $4 or something a little less.
And I mean, it's a wine. So ladies, how much you spending on those bottles of the red wine or white wine and all that, whatever that wine in there, and then some of you get them budget box wine. I mean, come on, this will do the trick.
Yeah, there's a cool looking label on it.
After a hard day's work, you want to come home and you have your glass of wine. There you go. One glass will do you.
Yep. So I would say I would give this. It tastes good. It's cheap. Actually, I really like the way it tastes. Actually, it's not bad. I could drink this whole bottle right now. I'll give this a 9 out of 10 because it's very cheap, but it doesn't taste very cheap. It tastes sweet. You can tell there's a lot of alcohol in it. So definitely drink responsibly with this. You don't want to go too ham on it. But yeah, that's why I'm a 9 out of 10. I think for the value, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go up and give it an 8 just because I'm not really much of a wine person, but it is sweet. It's sweeter than most other wines that I've had to drink. So yeah, it's definitely, it would be my choice. I mean, and when it comes to wine, so I give it an 8.
And I would definitely say 100% this is ARMS approved.
Oh, I'm sure
100% he would love it. He would kill this whole bottle.
He'd be well, and I don't know whether we'd be able to carry him out, but yeah, he'd love that.
Well, all right, folks, that was the Mad Dog Spike review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like Rob said, if you guys had this, leave leave a comment. This is hard for us to find, but I'm glad we did because that's a good bottle. So, as always, drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Anything else?
Nope. Looking forward to the comments.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next time for the next drink review. Cheers.